This might piss some people off, but I kind of just like don't care anymore. I would love to see just like one person in the fitness, health, and wellness world admit to the fact that they have good genes and that contributes to why they look the way that they look. Like, you guys know that you can work hard and also have good genes, and both of those things combined contribute to why your body has done what it's done. But I really need you to stop pretending like your starting point is the same as other people's starting point, because it's not. Or that your experience is the same as everybody else's, and that what you've done is going to work for everybody. And that if everybody else just had willpower and dedication, then they can have it too. And the reality of the situation is that everybody's body is different and responds to things differently. People have injuries that they have to work through, disabilities that they have to work through, health issues they have to work through. Not everybody's body does the same thing during and after pregnancy. Some people gain weight more easily. Some people struggle to gain weight. Some people can get away with more cheat meals without it being visibly evident. It is easier or harder for certain people. And I'm so tired of people who clearly have good genes being so resistant to admitting that, as if it cancels out any of the hard work that you've done. Like, you've got to stop. We know that you work out. We know that you have put work into getting where you are. But I need people to stop acting like, because it's as simple as XYZ for you, that it's as simple as XYZ for everybody else. And I used to be one of those people. I used to be one of those people that believed, like, if someone was struggling to lose weight, it was like, oh, well, they must be doing something wrong, because I had gone through like a 90-pound weight loss in my early 20s, and I didn't have to fully clean up my diet. I had to make some changes, and I worked out a lot, but I didn't really like change my diet for a long time, and I lost a lot of weight. I eventually plateaued, and then I had to change my diet. But that weight loss journey was significantly easier than this last weight loss journey that I've gone on in my 30s, post childbirth. And at that time, after I had gone through that first weight loss, it was when I got sober and started taking care of myself. That was the thought process I had, that like, if someone was struggling, then they must not be trying hard enough. They must be lying about what they're doing. There must be something like that they're not doing right. And then I was pregnant and I had a baby. I got diagnosed with PCOS. I was doing all the things that I had done to lose the weight the first time, and it was not working. Like, I had done this before, and so I knew what to do, and I thought that I could just get back at it and that it would just be the same. And it was not. My point is that now I can see that my latest starting point was very different from that first starting point. Being almost 300 pounds, starting at that level, is very different than starting at 200 pounds, because there are things that are in the way. It's much easier to injure yourself, and then trying to lose weight and be healthy while also dealing with previous injuries is a whole fucking thing, and it's very hard and very frustrating. And then dealing with hormone stuff on top of that, it's a fucking nightmare. And so it really made me check my beliefs around like weight and health. And I'm not saying that it can't be done. Like, I don't want people to like take this as like, oh, it's harder for me, like, and turn that into like an excuse not to do it, or to not keep trying to figure out how to, I don't even want to say like lose weight, but just be healthy. Because it's like, for women, I feel like it's so easy to just like make everything about like weight and trying to get it off. And a lot of people like to equate like being fat with being unhealthy. And like, that's a whole fucking thing that I could get into. Just because you're fat doesn't mean you're unhealthy, and just because you're skinny doesn't mean that you are healthy. And good health is not something that everyone has access to, nor does it affect anybody's value or worthiness, nor is it anybody's fucking business but the individual's. We should just love people, period. Who I am speaking to are people like me, who did have adjustments that I wanted to make to feel better about myself in my body. Not everybody has to be on that journey, to sum up. But the point that I'm trying to make is that I don't think we should get into like a woe is me attitude either. Regardless of what our starting point is or what our circumstances are, it is possible to find ways to take care of ourselves and improve our quality of life, whether that means losing weight or not. So I don't want people to give up on that journey because certain things are harder for them. That's not the point I'm trying to make with all of this. But anyways, my daughter is now 6, and I've hit a 90-pound weight loss again. but this journey was very different than the last journey. And so it gets very frustrating to me when I see people in this community talking about weight loss the way that they do. When you are someone who has been relatively thin and able-bodied your entire life, you do not get to comment on the bodies and experience of fat people, period. And I'm not going to argue with anybody about it. So if you come in my comments wanting to talk shit, I'm probably just going to like block and delete you because I just don't give a fuck. I said what I said and I meant it.